What's up, guys? Welcome back to Headlocks and Hot Packs for another Thursday night card video. And as you can see tonight, we've got this stained up box here of 1990 Topps Baseball. We're doing a set break here tonight. This one comes from the LCS. You can see the very stained up tape there. This has been retaped, but as I said, this comes from the LCS, the half off sets. You can see retapage there. But 792 cards in here, $25 price tag on that, and again, half off, so it was only $12.50. My math is indeed mathing tonight. But I have been on a search to pull the Frank Thomas rookie card, which is not on the top here. Usually when we were buying these half off sets, they put the best rookie card on the top in a top loader. So I'm going to dig into the middle here, and looks like things are not in number order. But let's go ahead and find that Frank Thomas for my Hall of Fame rookie collection. Here's the design in case, for whatever reason, people have not seen this before. I'm sure people have seen a ton of this. Of course, I wouldn't expect to find the infamous Frank Thomas no name on front error in here, because I think those can only be found in packs, and looks like this just came as a complete set. There's Hall of Famer Craig Biggio. Mostly we're going to be finding Hall of Fame base cards in here, like that one, Fred McGriff All-Star. But we're going to be on the lookout for some other rookies in here. You've got Sammy Sosa, Juan Gonzalez, Bernie Sanders. If Bernie Sanders was in here, that would be something. Bernie Williams, and then Deion Sanders. And another Hall of Fame rookie can be found in here, Larry Walker. So let's see if everything is in here. Hopefully it is. I have always had good luck with the sets, primarily from the LCS. Here's the first few cards in the set. They did a little Nolan Ryan tribute for 5,000 strikeouts. And of course it was the end of his career. Like I said, I'm sure everybody has probably seen a bunch of 90 tops here on YouTube. I know a bunch of people rip it quite frequently. There's Curt Schilling's second year. A lot of people rip it quite frequently looking for that no name on front. There's Robin Yount. But I'll just take the regular old Thomas for my rookie card collection. There's a Clemens. Of course, I'm going to be pulling out all the Red Sox as well, even the commons, because if you're new to the channel, I do PC the Sox. There's also some lesser name rookies in here as well. Guys like Kenny Rogers, Jeff Jackson doesn't count. John Wetland is another one of them. Of course, he is part of the all jailbird team. There is Canseco, Bart Giamatti, a Bartlett Giamatti to be exact. Probably no relation to Paul Giamatti, the actor, I don't think. Tim Cruz, I think, didn't Tim Cruz pass away like a car accident or something in the early 90s or mid 90s? I can't remember. If I'm totally wrong on that, apologies to Tim Cruz and family. I don't think that I am. Clay Parker, and then Matt Young, the last one out of that stack there. I always try to make these set breaks not last forever, so we'll rifle through this as quickly as we possibly can. I never was too big a fan of this design. There's Tony Gwynn's All-Star. It just seems like a whole bunch of randomness with the colors and no real rhyme or reason to it. Kind of like going through this kind of reminds me of like if you were to stuff a bunch of Skittles in your mouth and chew them all up. You just have a mixture of colors all blending in together. That's what going through this set kind of makes me think of. Gold Cup for Tom Gordon there. That might be a bit of a reach. I don't know. That's just where my mind always goes. Kyle Abbott, #1 draft pick. That's what the Thomas will look like. It'll have that #1 draft pick logo like that one there. Jeff Ballard All-Star, Earl Cunningham. A lot of these other guys with that draft pick logo on there, I don't think really any of them made much of themselves in the major leagues. Seen a couple Mariners in here, obviously going to be Looking for the Griffey Jr. as well. There's Tito Francona, Robin Ventura, Russ Nixon, just before the legendary Bobby Cox took over the Braves and set them on that long run in the 90s. It's George Brett. That might be a Mandela effect card for me. I don't really remember ever seeing that. I don't think I had a ton of 90 tops when I was a kid. There's Matt Williams. In my younger days, I primarily was a basketball collector, and then baseball and football would kind of sneak in every so often. Kind of like when you're a kid and parents ask what you want for Christmas. It's always like something close to what you asked for, but never like exactly. So I would ask for basketball cards and end up getting like baseball. There's Don Zimmer, Dwight Smith. Which, speaking of Don Zimmer, I actually met him years ago. I believe it was 2007 at the Trop. R.I.P. to the Trop, not really though. There's the Deion Sanders rookie card. It kind of is a rookie, kind of not. Obviously he had rookies in like 89 Fleer and 89 Donruss. But this is in fact his Topps rookie card. But as I was saying, I'm sure most people saw the roof of Tropicana Field completely ripped off. Speaking of ripped, there's Ripken and then Ken Phelps. Completely ripped off during Hurricane Milton a week or two, a little over a week ago now, in my old stomping grounds. But I did go see the Sox play the Rays there a couple of times when I lived in Florida. One specifically, I was sitting directly behind home plate. There's the Wizard, Ozzie Smith, in the third row. Tickets were very cheap at that point, and the stadium was mostly Red Sox fans. But oddly enough, the man sitting in the seat directly in front of me was, in fact, Don Zimmer. So that was kind of cool. I got to meet him. There's Edgar Martinez. And although I am a Red Sox fan, it was kind of cool seeing him wearing one of those World Series rings from his time with the Yankees, unfortunately. Jeff Juden draft pick, Steve Lyons. I'm kind of glad the White Sox don't wear those red jerseys anymore. I thought those were hideous. Chuck Carey, Jim Rice, Hall of Famer for those red stockings. Terry Pohl, Barry Jones, Jose Gonzalez. No sign of any of those rookies yet, but we still got quite a few cards to go, so I'm not overly concerned just yet. Steve Finley's second year. Delino DeShields, that is his rookie card. Then the Expos also have Marquise Grissom's rookie in here. So some pretty nice young players for the Expos at this point when you figured Delino DeShields, Marquise Grissom, and Larry Walker. I think of the three, at this time, if you would have asked people, they probably would say that Larry Walker would have been not as good as the other two, and then he was the one who ended up in the Hall of Fame. So you never really know what a player is going to turn into based off of the eye test anyways, which probably helped push baseball more towards the analytical side. I think we saw some of that for those of you who have seen the movie Moneyball. There's Don Mattingly, which I'm sure most baseball fans have seen that movie at this point. One of my favorite baseball movies, Moneyball, with Brad Pitt. There's Pete Harnish, Mike Stanley, and Bo Jackson. Where are those darned rookies at? I think years and years and years ago, probably the most valuable would have been the Sosa. Obviously, that is no longer the case. There's Jack Morris. I think the Frank Thomas is, maybe the Frank or the Deion Sanders. Oh, I thought that was going to be the Griffey. The Griffey kind of looks like that Dave Cochran that we just saw there. I would say it's probably neck and neck between Deion and Frank Thomas. Obviously, Deion is much more in the news these days just because of coaching the Colorado football program, so his cards have definitely risen in value, so he might be slightly ahead of the Frank Thomas. And there's the Larry Walker, so that is a nice add for my Hall of Fame rookie collection. And coming across that one is probably a good sign that the other ones we seek will be in here. But again, the primary one I'm after is that Frank Thomas. We have like randomly ripped some packs of 90 tops on here, just looking for that Thomas, but the prices on these are definitely higher than most stuff from the junk wax era. There's the Kenny Rogers rookie, just because of people looking for that no name on front, which I think that's probably lost a little bit of value in the last few years. I could be wrong on that, but I have certainly never pulled one. There's Bill Wegman. Every time I see his cards, I think of the movie Little Big League, based around the Minnesota Twins. Put in Wegman. I think I used to say that all the time here on the channel, but it's been a while since I pulled any of his cards. Carney Lansford. Carney Lansford had a couple of all-star games under his belt. There's Sandy Koufax, Bob Rogers, a bunch of managers in here that I don't really remember. There's Barry Bonds. He is, of course, not in the Hall of Fame, but I kind of count him anyways, just because he's still pretty collectible, along with other steroid guys like Mark McGwire, and there's definitely still some Canseco collectors out there, Sosa collectors. So still looking for that Sosa rookie in here. It's probably only like a dollar card at most these days. Obviously his card spiked in the late 90s, early 2000s because of the home run chase with McGwire. Floyd Bannister, Ron Oster, Pedro Guerrero, no relation to Eddie, and then Al Leiter. We're actually more than halfway through, or pretty close to halfway through this set here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. As always, if you are, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and then kill that subscribe button. I guess that's the new thing we're saying here on YouTube. Kill that sub button. Not sure exactly what that means, other than please hit subscribe. But why you gotta kill it? Why it's gotta be about killing the button? First it was smash the sub button, now it's kill that sub button. What are we gonna be doing to it next? Slit that sub button's throat. I don't know. Jay Bell, Marty Clary. Looks like this was around the time the mustaches kind of started falling out of favor. I think a year before you would see a lot more people with mustaches, as we hit like 4 or 5 guys in a row with mustaches. Another checklist there. Devon White, kind of earlier in his career. There is Ozzie Smith, regular base to go with his all-star. And then, speaking of mustaches, there is Wade Boggs, and then John Smoltz. So back-to-back Hall of Famers there. Dave Magadan, Andy Bennis, and Lee Smith, another Hall of Famer. Barry Larkin, a couple of years into his career. His rookie's 87. Tartable, who was a pretty decent slugger for the Royals at this point. Wish they had a couple of those. You had George Brett, Bo Jackson, Tartable. So decent little mashers, little, as if Bo Jackson's little. I don't think anybody's ever said Bo Jackson and little in the same sentence. Probably a couple more handfuls to go here. We've really only come across the Larry Walker, so plenty more to find. Another one for the Sox PC. Not sure which ones I have. There's Jim Abbott's Gold Cup. Usually after I record these, I go in and add the stuff that I did not have to my collection on Trading Card Database when that website wants to work. It's been a little iffy lately. Seems to be crashing out a lot. So I might have to find a new one. Hopefully not, because I don't want to have to start over inputting all of my PC online. It takes a long time, but We shall see. If anybody knows any other sites where I can keep track of my collection for free, let me know in the comments down below. There's Jody Reed, who I randomly found an autographed baseball of at the indoor flea market a couple of years ago. At least I'm pretty sure it's Jody Reed's signature. Certainly looks like it. Dennis Eckersley. I think I might have already had that one, or I've at least seen it before. It looks pretty familiar. Kevin Mitchell, Darling, Charlie Hayes, Carlos Quintana, and Dwight Evans, back-to-back Sox there. Todd Zeile, future star. Bobby Witt Sr., whose son has had quite the postseason for the Kansas City Royals. Do I want to? Yeah, I was going to try and grab all those at the end, but there's way too many, and I will end up dumping them all over the table. So let's not do that. Darnell Coles. Some of those Mariners cards keep faking me out. Still no sign of Griffey yet either. So what is going on here? I think we may have done one of the half offsets from the LCS here on the channel that didn't have everything in it. So hopefully that is not the case here. There's Puckett and then Rock Reigns. So Hall of Famers coming back to back once again. And there's the Juan Gonzalez rookie card. Not super valuable, maybe like, I don't know, 50 cents. That was a Bill Swift there. Of course, he is from my hometown, where I currently live, South Portland, Maine. Not that I need to be giving out my location to people. There is the big unit, Randy Johnson's second year. So we've seen a couple of the Mariners Hall of Famers in here. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but still want to add that Griffey to my Griffey collection. Pascual Perez looking a lot like Eazy-E of the NWA there with the Jerry curls. Definitely a throwback hairstyle for sure. Robin Yount. Which, I don't know, I'm just kind of surprised to not see that one make a comeback. The kids all seem to love their mullets these days, which is pretty weird. But fashion trends always seem to come back around. I always joke that Champion was the thing that we would get when I was younger because we could not afford like Nike, Reebok, and all those other name brands. Now, all of a sudden, Champion is expensive. How in the hell? There's Will Clark, Ellis Burks. Sox had some pretty good bashers at this point, too. Mike Schmidt there. Dave West, not my former classmate. Pretty common name there, obviously. There's the Marquise Grissom rookie card. No Sosa or Thomas yet. Gary Carter. Let's set some of those down. Hands definitely tend to dry out going through these many 90 tops because of the backs of these cards. There is Greg Maddux, and then Pedro's older brother Ramon. Who else we got? There is the Hawk, Andre Dawson. That one looks super familiar too. I don't know if it's because I have it now or had it back then. One or the other, but again, that's what TCDB is good for. Ripken Record Breaker. Jeff Kunkel. Careful saying that name, especially around the ladies. Eddie Murray. And then Julio Machado. Where is Frank Thomas, man? We're getting close to the end here, and it's starting to sketch me out a little bit. Jack Doherty. Not that Jack Doherty, for all you YouTubers out there. Not punchable face Jack Doherty. There's Tony Gwynn and Luis Salazar. Ken Hill. We've got Joey Bell, aka Albert Bell. That is his Topps rookie. Fred Lynn for the Red Sox collection. Storm Davis. Danny Martinez. Putting on the Kevin Ritz. Dave Bergman. And then Gary Sheffield's Gold Cup. His rookie was the year prior. Not too many more to go. Like I said, I'm starting to get a little nervous here. Where's the Frank Thomas? We haven't seen the Griffey. Haven't seen the Sosa rookie, but I could care a little bit less about that one as opposed to the Griffey and the Thomas. And these are kind of going every which direction, which, I don't know, that kind of leads me to leave. Maybe it's searched, hopefully not. We got some early 90s upper deck action going on, having to flip-flop everything all around. Dante Bichette. I still haven't seen the Bernie Don't Call Me Sanders Williams in here either. There's a young Bobby Valentine. Still kind of funny seeing him with not white hair. Lee Mazzilli, Tom McCarthy, Rick Russell, and there is the Big Mac. 2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a big home run. Obviously, that's not how the song goes. There's Strawberry Mookie Wilson, Roberto Alomar for the Hall of Fame side PC, Jose Akendo, utility man extraordinaire, and a couple more checklists there. There's Fisk, All-Star. I don't think we've seen his regular base in here. I don't know why anybody would pull a Carlton Fisk base card out of a set, but you never know. There's Bobby Bowe. And then Tommy Gregg, the last one there. All right, here's our last stack here. And damn it, these cards I'm looking for better be in here. Harold Reynolds fakes me out once again. Not the Griffey. Rob Murphy, Jason Grimsley. And it is looking grimsly for finding the Griffey and the Frank Thomas. They hopefully are hiding out in this last stack here. If not, then we've been duped. Ripken All-Star. What does he got, like 4 base cards in this set? Yeah, there's regular, the All-Star, the Record Breaker, so I guess 3 for Cal, the Iron Man. Ron Gant, Trammell, Hall of Famer. Come on, where are you at, Griffey and Frank? I don't know which one I'd rather have. I kind of want both of them. Worst comes to worst, I'm sure I can buy them singles somewhere for not too expensive of a price, $1 or $2 a piece, I would imagine. Carlton Fisk, there he is. We had not seen that one yet. Steve Lake, Calvin Schiraldi, Mike Smith, who? Tony La Russa. There is McGriff. Go with his All-Star, which was one of the first cards that we came across, and then Craig Biggio. Oh boy, yeah, we're getting to the end here, and no sign of those cards. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Surprise me and have them be one of like the final ones. Randy Velarde, Greg Briley, Gold Cup. There is a younger Jim Leland, and Atlee Hammaker is super happy in that photo. Looking like school picture day. Kurt Manwaring, did they spell his name wrong? Is it always K-I-R-T? There is Kirby, and, well, technically a Ken Griffey. That was senior, though. I wanted junior. Blyleven. Last couple of cards here. I think we've been tricked. Ken Caminiti, Aguilera. And then Jeff Montgomery is the last one. Well, son of a beehive. This was definitely picked over, so that kind of sucks. But what do you expect? It was already opened, and it was only half off. We did manage to find the Larry Walker rookie card in there, so that's a nice add for my Hall of Fame rookie collection, but no Griffey Jr., that's disappointing. No Frank Thomas, which was the primary target, and that is also disappointing. So I'll probably have to find, or I will have to end up finding those as a single somewhere, possibly on eBay for $1 or $2. But that's it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this slog of me going through all this 90 tops and not even finding what I was primarily after. But we'll be back next Thursday night. As usual, no clue what we'll be ripping, just whatever I am feeling at the time. Make sure you check out all the other fun stuff here on the channel as well. But again, that's it for this evening, and I will catch up with you guys real soon. Have a good night.